Sit, turn type, sit. Good boy. Ruff.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
It's Rumble season, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm so happy about it because this is the first time in the longest time that I can't predict anything. Like I'm honestly at a loss for words of who can win or what can happen. I'm it kind of reminds me of my childhood when I would just sit there and back like, oh my god, and Hulk is gonna win again. But no. This is it's so much in the air right now, and there's so much branching storylines that can occur for WrestleMania that I'm so happy that it's good that we don't really see anything that just seems to be predictable. I'm here with the host of History and Headlocks, our boy Homework Mike, and as well as Ariana Not the Grande. They're stepping in, and we're going to be discussing what's their thoughts on what can happen at Royal Rumble. But I got a question for Ariana. You have often been a, not to say not a WWE fan, but you do seem as though to be like things still bother you about it. What's your thoughts about how the build up for Royal Rumbles has been in the past few weeks?
Um, I don't know. It seems a little. I mean, it's cool that they have the wrestlers coming out and like throwing their hats in the ring, as opposed to like doing the typical backstage, the wheel spinning, and then someone picks a number. Which I know they still have to do that, but I like that they're like, I'm in it this year, and it's been a good chunk of guys making, and they're making like a big deal out of that. Like they take a moment out of each show for these wrestlers to make their special announcements. So that I like. That I like. And the entrants have been strong. Every single one of them from in the men's and women's rumble. And we only have like not even half of them announced.
Right.
Yeah. So they both look strong so far.
Mike, you wasn't a big fan of that though. You always wanted to see surprise entrance and stuff. Have you come to a common ground to say, hey, I like to hear certain people say that their entrance and for the Royal Rumble?
I mean, like I said when we did our Royal Rumble episode, when the women's rumbles were early on, and you only see 3 pictures of who's in the women's rumble, and you're like, where's the rest of the 27 people?
Right.
like at least give me a balance, like give me like half of who's in. But I mean, it's like I still want to be surprised. I mean, like this year, I do think there will be some surprises, but I think despite maybe them being predictable, there's still great surprises because it's always bad when you have the worst surprises. Brock Lesnar, Goldberg, for example, those be the worst too. But so if anybody else, you'd be like, oh, him, or like, oh, her. You'll have that reaction, or like instead of just sitting there, be like, oh God, here we go. Let's have to wait till the next entrant to be happy.
Right.
So you would know more about it than me. Although I've been watching wrestling for years, but a lot of cloudiness happens up here. I'm not to be known as a historian. When did it become more of the surprise stuff? Because early on, we would see the 30-man battle royal, and you'll see all the 30 entrants. We just didn't know when they were coming in, as if we knew all that. When did it become the era when we needed to surprise people with someone that wasn't on the roster, or someone that was returning from injury, or someone that's going to be debuting? When did that happen?
Definitely in the 2010s, I would say. Because once, because I mean, like the early example of like a surprise entrant to me, I guess Royal 2001 Honky Tonk Man randomly comes out.
Okay.
like he was like, why are you here? This is New Orleans, and he wants to sing a song, and they get sent to him by Kane with the guitar. Because they're like,
Did he freeze? He
I
froze.
yes, he did.
He froze. He'll come back.
There you go.
Oh,
There you go.
oh, you
There
back? You back?
I've been here.
Oh
No,
no!
you froze. You were
Yeah.
stuck.
He
You were
was-
stuck like this.
No, great.
No, I'm only checking because the last show we just did, he did that, and I was like, "Oh my god!" We had a moment where Mike is not talking. Amazing! Like,
Great. Wow, that's a, thanks, Jack. I give you insight, and that's how you call it. Asshole.
but you mentioned Honky Tonk Man. Then in 02, it was
Like O2 was like Mr. Perfect, like
Art
Val
wasn't on the
Vegas,
roster. He popped up, right?
Gold Dust, and The Godfather.
And then the big return we had in what was it, in 07 with Cena, right?
08.
Oh wait, right. It was
Yeah.
08 when it was Cena return.
Like in the middle, because like when they do the era of the brand split, it was pretty much 15 Raw, 15 SmackDown, where you knew who was in. Like I mean, 2004, you had the fucking Ernest the Cat Miller be a Royal Rumble participant, and he was dancing the whole time. But like once we got to 2010s, when the roster was pretty much not as strong as it was, or like what they expected to be, because you had your Wade Barretts, your Jack Swagger's, your Dolph Ziggler's, your Sheamus's, but all of them didn't get over quickly. So let's bring back Booker T. Let's bring back Diesel. Let's bring back The Godfather once again for shits and giggles. Let's have
Right.
Goldust come back out. That's when they really relied on. Okay, there needs to be a surprise at least once, maybe 2 or 3 a year.
Ariana, when the announcement of a few years back of the Women's Royal Rumble occurred,
Yeah.
and you know the roster was it was pretty much thin at that time when they were having it, and we had the returns or the debuts or such that would put it a bit of a mix in. What's your thoughts about what's been transitioning from there to what's going to happen in 2025? Are we still looking in that same spectrum that the roster is not that stacked, or are we looking at more the fact that there's so much an array of women that we might not even need any returns or debuts or such?
Yeah, I mean, I think the rosters have filled up pretty nicely. I mean, you have 3 different rosters now, right? So you could display the Raw women, the SmackDown women, and bring in a lot of those NXT women that some people may, because like I don't watch NXT as often as other people do. So it's a great way to bring them in and showcase what they have been working on behind the scenes in the Performance Center and on NXT, so that people could say, "Oh, she's good. She's going to come up soon." So I don't really think they're going to have a lot of surprises, because especially the NXT roster right now is pretty stacked, because they have so many new women there. And even though I think I heard something about Jordan Gray saying she won't be in it, but
Bullshit. Yeah.
bullshit. She's popping up. She'll probably be one of the surprises that no one will listen, even though she was already in it last year. So
She's using the family excuse. Meanwhile, cut the front row. Hi, happy birthday, Mom! I'm in the Rumble.
exactly.
Well, the one thing that we did hear was that supposedly Joe Hendry was supposed to perform on the Jericho cruise, and maybe that's not gonna happen.
How fast can you jump off that boat?
They're going to be in DR, right? So
When we think about it, will he perform on Friday and then helicopter in on Saturday to
form?
Listen. With all the airline stuff that's going on and the tragedy that occurred, I would be nowhere near any of that shit. So I'm
not for a while.
yeah, I'm skeptical of that. But
call the helicopter for Joe.
I mean,
Hendry. He needs to be at the Rumble.
A flight from Puerto Plata to Indianapolis should only be like 4 hours, maybe 5 tops. So
yeah, so unless
you heard it here first.
Do they still have that Vince McMahon jet? Do they still have it available? The flight from hell plane? Do they still have it? Is it still available?
It's in evidence.
it's in evidence.
right,
just a big plane in the back of it.
They're all wiping it down for fingerprints and other
in the evidence room.
body excrements.
Recovery.
Ugh.
Oh.
Sticky.
Don't sit on that chair. I wouldn't sit on that chair.
Ugh.
Nasty.
Oh.
So only four matches booked. Is that shocking to you guys, or do you think it's about right?
I thought maybe one more match would have been added by now.
Mm,
But you have the 2 out of 3 falls, right? And that's going to take a
right,
good chunk of time. So
right.
that kind of counts as like 3 matches in one.
And more than likely, a one Rumble will open, and then you have the 2 regular matches, and then a Rumble will end the show. But that just also just means there's going to be some random segments where, like, let's have a ha-ha moment with Pat McAfee in the middle of the ring.
There.
and a long promo video hyping up WrestleMania for like 20 minutes.
Oh my god! We're going to be sitting there for
Right.
20 minutes and be like, there's like another ad, another ad, another ad.
That's when we were like, let's go get some food.
Clash in
Come
Paris.
back, it's still playing.
So I speaking of the lineup, I believe that this will be probably the smallest Rumble that we've ever seen. And Mike, you have the lineup in front of you. We can do the rundown for. I like I said, I'm not surprised about it. I'm actually okay with it. Starting at 6 o'clock Eastern time, so I think that's pretty good for everybody else, especially you want to hang out later.
Yeah.
You'll be able to chill out afterwards.
I mean,
Shout out to Third Announcer Table for the Secret Pour. If you're in New York City area, come pull up. Make sure you look at the flyer that we posted on all the social media outlets. But yeah, I think this will be a good rundown for us. So, Mike, what do we have on the card?
Just so everybody knows, wrestling trivia will be better this time.
Multiple choice.
Yes.
Thank you. What Royal Rumble entrant came in at number 2 in 1997? What?
Half the people weren't even born yet.
Exactly.
I still can't get over that reaction. As soon as we walk in, Jay's like, "Oh, he's the one that did it. Everybody boo Mike. He
Blame
did it."
Blame Mike. Blame. I don't do history and headlocks. I'm not the historian. So
sometimes I say thank God for that. Because people have like facts wrong.
Listen, I get it from other sources. It's not mine. I don't do back. I copy paste. Leave me alone.
All right. Well, we just met.
F you. At least I dropping some nuggets, like the whole AJ Styles theme was meant for James Storm. Shut up.
No,
I had no idea about that.
Thank you, Ariana. Thank you.
No, what was the other one? Where the first time
the Brock Lesnar one.
No, that one was stupid. But the other one where it was like when Raw got canceled was for the dog show.
Yeah.
I looked it up. Yeah, I gotta look that up.
Meanwhile, I'm thinking, because of the Benoit tragedy, and it was like, no, the dog show.
No, the dog show. But you know, once I read that, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that one too. And I was like, really, dog show? I mean, I don't mind dog shows; they're cute, but really,
I admire your steel trap when it comes to history and stuff. I admire that because there's a lot of fog and age that comes with this up here. So believe me, in 10 years, all that wrestling knowledge gone. It'll be gone. All you want, where's my social security card? You don't worry about it.
Where did I put my glasses?
There'll be other shit you got to worry about, Mr. 30 years old. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine.
Okay, Grandpa and Grandma.
Wow.
So we mentioned that they added this match late, but it is 2 out of 3 falls. DIY, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa defend against Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, the Motor City Machine Guns. Jay, let's just do some history. When was the last time a tag title match was on a PLE?
I know the answer.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, Hardy.
WrestleMania 40.
Was she right?
Correct.
I was waiting for my ring bell. I was looking for my sound effect.
She was so confident. She's like,
"There you go, yeah,
I got this."
Yes. 9 months ago.
Who was it?
that horrendous ladder match with the
The
six tag
six-pack
teams.
challenge ladder match is amazing.
Oh,
Yeah, good job.
and you would think they use that to separate the belts, that they would have made a bigger stink about every pay per view or PLE, I should say.
Right.
No, they left it for whenever they felt like putting it onto a Raw or SmackDown.
Every PLE kept going by. I was like, no tag title, no tag title,
Tag title.
no. Not even a SummerSlam.
They
Not
weren't
even a
even
Survivor
defending them.
Series.
But you know what?
Well, no. To be fair, Ari, they were TV defended, but it was like when it came
Barely.
to any. Oh.
To be fair, I believe that there's more of an flexibility when it comes to those titles, that they could be defended and dropped during live shows, because it draws more eyes to the product, that it could happen at any time. I mean, when have we ever seen an incident where we've seen the world title dropped on TV? It's like, come on.
For a long
It's
time.
it's few and far between.
I
So,
mean, the last one I could think of was probably like AJ and Jinder in the UK.
or maybe Biggie when he cashed in.
That's true.
Yeah. So it's like,
It's sad that I forget that sometimes, but yeah, that did happen on TV.
Grandpa Brain, remember that.
Women have their titles changed on Raw. and SmackDown.
You're clipping it again, Mark. You're clipping it again. Go out and come back in.
Oh God, Jesus!
Don't worry. We'll hold the floor down until you come back. Don't worry about it. Yeah, go out and come back in. So, yeah. So I'm not opposed for it to happen, but for this match, for the tag titles, I'm even more impressed that they made it a 2 out of 3 falls match. It holds some substance to the fact that there is some reasoning for why this match has to occur. I'm glad that they made it a 2 out of 3 falls match. Ari, I know you're a big fan of the Motor City Machine Guns.
Mm-hmm.
I know you're a big fan of DIY.
I mean, they're good. They're good. They're good for what they do. But I'm a bigger fan of Motor City Machine Guns. Yeah.
All right, be fair. I get that.
Oh, you're supposed to say yes.
No,
Listen,
no.
I'm gonna be honest. If I don't consider myself a fan of a certain wrestler, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not saying that they suck, but it's just I don't.
So let me ask you a retort. So, like, what is it about DIY that's lacking right now for you? Because, like, they turned heel.
Nothing really. It's just I can't say I'm a fan of them.
Were you watching them during the? Because we all know that you pulled away from wrestling for a time.
Yeah.
Were you watching them during the NXT days and such?
I've seen clips of them. Yeah.
Right. So she wasn't.
And like I said, I'm not saying they're not a bad tag team. They're a great tag team. It's just they're not my favorites.
All right. So, what's your thoughts about them making this a 2 out of 3 falls match? And is this a showcase for those who haven't been paying attention to watch Motor City Machine Guns on a higher level?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that this is a great idea to do with any tag team, any of the tag titles right now, because the tag divisions just for me have been very lacking lately in WWE. More so Raw, but they've done a little bit more with the SmackDown titles. And to have these two tag teams that you have high flyers, the way they work, to have them go 2 out of 3 falls, yeah, because we could see a lot more of what they're capable of doing in the ring in the span of those, half an hour maybe that they're going to be in the ring probably. So yeah, I think this is fantastic, especially with Motor City Machine Guns still being so fresh in WWE. So they could I hope that they could really show what they're capable of. We know what they're capable of,
I low-key said that this might be possibly compared to the Rumbles, because I know a lot of people believe that the past couple of Rumbles have been lackluster, but I believe that this could be possibly one of the matches of the night for sure. I think this is pulling out. Mike, who you got winning this one here?
I'm gonna say DIY retain, and I definitely see this match going where, like, when the both teams come out, they're gonna get the nice applause, but by the end of it, both teams are gonna get a standing ovation, because the work that these two teams are gonna put in to get themselves over and get these belts, like, more recognition to. This is definitely the place to do it, and
Mhm.
it's just kind of insane to say this Motor City Machine Gun's first WWE pay-per-view. Like, it's still weird to say.
Um,
They've been
didn't
around
they have,
since September, October.
Well, they've been on TV
Yeah.
since they debuted.
yeah. But still to say that this has been a tag team who's been around maybe what 15, almost 20 years or such, like
But
that time.
about 2 decades now.
Two
Yeah, yeah.
decades,
So
yeah.
like, for them to finally get the WWE look, and for their age, and especially for you get Saban, who's been seen to be fucking injury prone, and Shelly has always been in and out because he has a shoot job somewhere else. For them to finally
Mhm.
get that big platform to perform and wrestle at, yeah, it's weird to say, but it's fucking awesome at the same time to go, yo, these guys are about to showcase and show out. I got DIY here as well. Who do you have, Adi?
Oh, I really can't call it. I could see it going either way. Like, yeah, they could have DIY retain, or they can do a little swap back and forth with the belts to give it a little extra spice, you know?
Hmm.
Because I felt like the Motor City Machine Guns loss was so sudden. Like,
Right.
they got it and then just suddenly lost it. So I wouldn't mind seeing them kind of, lob the belts around a little bit between the two teams, establish like a really cool like series of matches with them, because they're always going to be unique. So I don't know. I could go either way for me.
Okay.
I will say, a couple weeks ago when they said the Motor City Machine Guns had the belts for 46 days, I said, "Really? That long?"
Wow.
It felt like, I don't know. It's like, really? That doesn't seem like a real number to me.
Just
46 days.
random.
Yeah.
46 days.
Just a month and a half.
Yeah.
It just doesn't feel like that was right to take the belts off them so soon.
But still, in no 46 days, we saw them go head to head with like Street Profits, with the DIY. There was a lot of tangibles going on there. And
Yeah.
now with what the SmackDown's tag team division is looking at, were like Pretty Deadly, which they had a great match with Motor City Machine Guns this past week, and then you get Legado de Fantasma in there as well. There's a lot that could be done there with that division. There's a more that we could see with moving parts and pieces there. So I don't see them really going away, or really losing that momentum from right now. But like, there is something where I already said that this could be a series that happens between these two guys, that are a good rivalry that happens there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good you mentioned the Street Profits, because with the transfer window now being revealed that it's going to be after this weekend, after all moves are final. I wonder if the Street Profits get in the mix, like if Angelo gets moved to Raw and Montez does on SmackDown,
Hmm.
or like, do we
Mm.
get another heel turn with them? Because also now it's like with the Wyatt Six moving over, that's another team in the
That's
mix.
another team, yeah.
Like, whichever two out of the
Yeah.
four of the men choose. Like, I guess it would probably be Loomis and Rowan, or either or. It's like,
Right.
I will say, for the past year with the SmackDown tag division, it's been way better than the Raw one. Because remember how long Balor and JD held those belts for with no defenses at all.
Hmm.
Yeah. That the Raw tag division is just like it's just not. I don't
It's
know.
not.
Like
It's not existent.
it's barely existent, and the tag teams they have are they're just lackluster to me.
It's
And then
sad.
it keeps sticking the same tag teams in the same matches, and they're just recycling them over and over to the point where you're like, all right, there's nothing new going on with these guys. Like, move them on.
I want to see how she does in GM mode in WWE 2K25. I want to see how her booking is done.
First pick Damian Priest. That's it. That's all she
right.
puts.
Oh
All the
yeah.
money, all the money. She's spending everything for him. Right off the rip. All the money. Next up, Mike.
Just pay attention to Ari's face, everybody, for this next one. Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens in a ladder match for the undisputed WWE Championship.
I just hope this is the last match that we have.
I mean, they had a match at Bash in Berlin. They had the thing at Saturday Night's Main Event, and now it's this.
Wasn't there one other match somewhere in there?
Well, they did the angle of Bad Blood where Kevin beat Cody up in front of his bus.
All right, it's just
I said this on Ring Fanatics, but Ari, I want to hear your reaction to this. But Kevin has to come up with a shirt that says "Want a shot of brandy,"
Oh,
Mhm.
and then Nick said like, and then Nick said one where he mentions the daughter was like the Statue of Liberty,
oh, or the dog,
Pharaoh.
Oh,
Pharaoh. I love him. He's beautiful.
But Kevin's gonna have a parody shirt of one of the
Of
three.
course, his shirts have been awesome.
I love it. Such a throwback to the whole Dusty and Terry Funk rivalry. It's been great. I love it.
Yeah,
Um,
Oh, we
it,
had the Cody sucks egg shirt at the Saturday Smash.
that was funny.
yeah,
That was funny.
that was definitely a Terry Funk reference. I know this is going to be a showcase and a show out for Kevin. Kevin is going to show
Oh
ass in this one. Like he's going to be ridiculous with this. If there's anything that this guy likes to do, he loves to be just the. I mentioned before, he's the chubby Jeff Hardy. He's going to be out there
yeah.
doing his thing and
Hmm.
being the purest of wrestling. I think,
Most insane comparison I've ever heard you say.
but it's true though.
I
Like,
know,
No,
but
but
I
he be
know.
swantoning, jumping off ladders and
Well,
stuff. He's always done it his entire career, right?
it's like when you present this man with a ladder, he goes, "Oh, I'm gonna kill myself and the other person."
he does, and
That's
that's
not
one thing.
interesting.
And the other thing too is like we've seen him do like hardcore stuff, or the case may be, whatever. But he's also known to know to mix the two together, do the high flyer, do the hardcore, do even technical stuff. Kevin has been, he's the hybrid wrestler, and it's an astounding thing to see with him and his size to do that. And I think with this is just a showcase of what he's gonna do and put himself over again. Like this is him going to put himself over again. I would not be shocked to believe that although they want him to be a heel here, that once again he becomes a face because the crowd is going to love him because once again he knows how to put himself over.
Right.
Right. Right.
So what you think, Ari? You got future prospect Highlander turning or uh,
Homelander.
yeah, I'm a
Homelander?
Homelander turning, or you got
Uh,
Kevin Owens.
no, I think he's still going to be face Cody. I don't think he's going to be a Homelander quite yet.
Hmm.
Excuse me. He's winning. Cody's winning. We know that. Uh,
It'd
so
be funny to see a Cody Highlander, just to see the visual.
Highlander.
Juice starts chasing again. That's my sword,
Yeah,
asshole.
yeah. That's
But
it. Cody's retaining, and we're not going to see him turn yet. I don't. I have a feeling his turn's going to happen when he and Cena have some sort of confrontation. Because
Mike, do you think that Sammy might be somewhat involved in this as well?
Deep down, I really don't want to see that because it's like I think we've had our fill of Sammy and Kevin, where it's like it was great to have them feud against each other. It was great to see them team with each other, get a tag run out of it. But now it's like I want to see what they could do like on their own for
Hmm.
for a long period of time because it's like I said, like Sammy's a great baby face, and Kevin's a great heel, but it's also like Kevin could be a great babyface and Sammy could be a funny heel. It's like they both could play their roles well. Just that right now, but it's also funny too when you look back at the Rumble. It's like how many championship matches Kevin's always in. It's like he never wants to be in the Rumble match itself.
Right.
Like eight Royal Rumbles, like 6 title matches in a row.
wow.
That's like an insane stat. I mean, I do expect a Cody cut off the ladder, and I do expect a package power driver on television to happen. But I think it's just safe to say Cody is retaining. I didn't believe Jey Uso was going to beat Gunther. There's no way I see Kevin beating Cody. It's like, well, guys, like, when this close to Mania, it's too too crazy to start changing things up at the last second.
Yeah, that's the thing with the world titles. Prior to Mania, it's so predictable because we know that the champions now are the ones going into Mania.
Right. Like we're so close to the finish line. Like don't
Right.
change plans just for the sake
Yeah.
of for sake. Because I
Even
mean
though
that's
we still don't know what's really going to happen. It's still kind of like up in the air, but we know Cody's going to be main eventing Mania.
Yes.
Yeah, as much as I want to sit there and just say, I would love to see a Kevin's a win here, just to shock the world. But yeah, that doesn't seem. If there's one thing that seems to be on the line at Rumble right now that doesn't seem feasible, it would be that he walks out of here with the title. But
Hmm.
yeah, I got Cody walking away with the title with a win here. Mike, what's next?
Well, I mean, also too, like, do we also see Randy get it, like, peek his head in this?
Well, I have a bigger storyline for him down the line, but
Because I mean, like, because that was the last time we saw him. He took a power driver.
it can be the screw job, so it could be something to where that becomes a match down the line with Randy versus Kevin at Mania.
Hmm.
Um,
That's
but
true. You know what? You know what? I agree with that because not for nothing. When like, we have all these players in the mix, it's like that one seems the most obvious and logical to do.
right, RKO from the ladder, yeah, for
Yeah,
the
I
win.
could see that. I could see Randy getting involved.
Right.
Next up, Mike.
30 women Royal Rumble match, but here are the only participants announced so far. We have Nia Jax, Bailey, Charlotte Flair, who looks like Carmella, Naomi, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Lyra Valkyria, Ivy Nile, and Io Sky.
Charlotte Flair looks like a golden girl right now. She is like, I'm sorry,
Thank you for being a
I'm not,
friend.
I'm not, I'm not look shaming, but I'm just like, wow, she just
She's
did a
got
lot.
so much. Every time she comes back, she looks different.
Yeah,
She has something new
She's the
done.
Mickey. She's the Mickey Rourke of women's wrestling.
Oh my god.
beautifully said. Beautifully said.
That
Meanwhile,
man transforms every time you see him.
I'm one of the few fans that like said like there was nothing wrong with her to begin with, but like
I didn't think so. I thought she was fine. I thought it
what?
was, yeah.
She looks like her dad, but okay. Other than that,
Okay.
like be you, be you. Like now, like I said, she looks like a mix of Medusa and post her surgeries and Carmella. That nose, she like took her whole nose off her face.
But I mean, not for nothing. How many times have we seen women like go from one surgery to like so many where they're
It's
unrecognizable?
fiction.
I mean, China.
Yeah.
She like, the first day you
Yeah.
see her in the company
But
to the last
when I
day.
saw China, I saw China. Like I still saw her. Like she
Right.
might have
Yeah.
stayed in whatever. But when I looked at China, I
Shinji.
saw China.
Right.
When you see Charlotte Flair now, you see Carmella.
I see the author. I see
The
Dorothy from the Golden Girls. That's what I'm looking at.
3, 2, 1, and thank you for being a friend. Oh my god.
So with
Yeah.
this since there's not many announcements here for who's
Hmm.
going to be in the Rumble, um, we already know that there's some. I wouldn't say debuts. The only debut that it will be is Jordan Grace because she's officially signed with WWE.
Hmm.
But any surprise entrance that you believe was going to pop up here during this Rumble?
I do think Masha Samovich is going to pop up.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of the three divisions. I think that's really it because I really think that how many we have? What 10 women so far?
Uh, yeah.
Like 10 women, and I'm pretty sure there may be a couple of more announcements on SmackDown.
I know
I'm,
Trish has made a mention of something about probably that they said that she'll pop up. I know that there Michelle McCool also threw her hand in her hat in the ring.
So she's gonna
Uh,
jump in from the audience again, like she did last time.
well, she might be due official because not for. I think Michelle's name has also been rumored for the Hall of Fame this year as well. So this would be.
Mm.
I mean,
There's-
Ari, your favorite wrestler Jade Cargill is due to come back any day soon.
Mhm.
there's also there was this news report that there's possibly a late cool reunion might happen.
Oh God.
What, don't want to see Layla or Michelle back?
I just feel like you have enough women. I think right now that you don't have to bring some of these old timer women.
Sure.
I haven't seen
Display
Layla
who
in a
you
minute,
have.
so I will see how good looking she's looking.
Yeah.
Just display who you already have, especially with the NXT women. You have a huge roster of women there that have been killing it. Bring them all in.
I mean,
Just-
what's your reaction when you hear Nikki Bella's thinking about coming back to wrestling soon?
Oh, like I told you, she's just trying to pay those legal fees. She's a payday.
When I say a ring for next, like whenever you get divorced, you go back to your tried and true, and that's wrestling apparently for her.
Pretty much, yeah.
Just bring me a Caitlyn. Just bring me back a Caitlyn. I just get.
That'd be or Victoria.
Oh, Victoria, yeah, that'll be good. Isn't she supposed to be like in
I wouldn't
like
mind that.
She's under a Legends deal. She's gonna be in the video
yeah,
game.
That
I
would
can
be
see.
cool. Because she
Uh,
still got it, you know?
Right.
um,
But I mean, like we said, Joy Grace. She's already gone public and saying, "Oh, it's my mother's birthday." But like I said, picture the mother in the front row with the cake and say, "My daughter is a WWE superstar
I mean,
now."
she could spend a day with her mother and take a quick flight from Texas up to Indianapolis and be in the Rumble just in time.
I was thinking, I was thinking about this for Joy. Like, wouldn't it, like I know it'd be nice to see her in the Rumble again 2 years in a row, but it's like I think for her a bigger spotlight would probably be like the Raw or SmackDown after Mania. That way, they're like holy shit, this woman's finally here, like type of thing.
Yeah, that could work.
Because like with the men's pool, like a lot of the women, like it could be either or whatever the hell the matches are going to be. It'd be like throwing her in the deep end quickly. Like okay, now like come on, let's like get up to the top because like I still think it's because with the reports being like, oh, they want Charlotte Flair to be champion, so Charlotte Flair's going to win the Rumble. So a lot of fans are going for Io Sky, which I think is like one of those like rare picks where it's like you never see it coming. And I think people also know we're repeat winners already, and we're already 7 years in.
Yeah, because you can't have Bailey win again because she won it
Or
last year.
Charlotte or Bianca. It'd be like we're just gonna have the same winners over and over and over again.
I mean,
well,
it would be nice to see a fresh face, and I guess Io would be considered a fresh face to win it, right?
Right.
let's give her some kind of acknowledgement with a triple crown kind of thing where you get her winning Money in the Bank, winning the title, and then give her a Royal Rumble win as well.
Right.
Bobby, what's your
Yeah.
thoughts on the rumor that maybe, just maybe, AJ Lee pops up in the Royal Rumble?
Mm.
Okay. I mean, I never saw her career the entire time that she wrestled. I wasn't watching, so and I've never seen any of her matches, so I can't really say what I feel about her. But if she's willing to come in and she has it in her to I mean, she looks phenomenal, right?
Right.
I would say that
So,
she was probably one of the high spots, if not the high spot in the Divas division when it was the Beth Phoenix,
hmm
AJ Lee, and
Natalia's,
Natalia, and the
Caitlyn.
the artist known as Soraya now. It's like yeah, with Paige, you
Yeah.
get that whole look as well. Um,
I mean, it's weird to say that like that was because you had those women, and then you had your total divas with the Bellas, Naomi, Cameron, like
mm.
all of them were like in that corner doing their own thing. It was like definitely a weird time in wrestling at that point. But
There's
like I
like a
said,
transition.
yeah, but like I said, Rick for next, like say that she comes back and she gets the huge pop that we expected, then it's like, then what? If she wins or loses, like does she stick around? Because I mean, Jenny pitched it like, well, somebody pitched it when we did predictions. Like the ultimate dream match would do is the couples match, Punk and
I
AJ
think
against Seth and Becky.
I think
Book
it
it
depends
now,
on
SummerSlam. I called it SummerSlam spouses match.
I think it just depends on her schedule because I think she and that actress Amy Garcia have been working on a TV show. I think
Mhm.
Mm.
so. It will depend on her her filming schedule with that as opposed to being
And I
able to
wonder
wrestle more frequently.
if she's still contracted with WoW. She's supposed to be one of
I think she's like
the
general manager or something
yeah
too. At the,
with WoW now. So I wonder if there's something going on with that as well.
Let's see.
Uh, Michael, you have as a winner here for the Women's Rumble. You said EO. You got EO.
I'm gonna say Charlotte.
You got
I'm, I'm,
Charlotte.
I'm gonna go safe bet.
Ari, who you got for it?
I don't know, man. I have a feeling Charlotte's gonna win, and it's gonna be anticlimactic.
I think for me, I'm looking at we got a returning Becky happening, and it possibly that occurs. I know that
I do expect Becky back on Saturday.
Yeah.
I know there was still issues going in the air about Alexa Bliss and her contract dispute that's going on there.
Just like
Yeah.
lockdown or something. Yeah.
Honestly, hands down, I automatically just think that Charlotte is she's got to get the win here. and she's gonna be targeting Tiffany Stratton. That's just the way it's gonna go there. Although seeing her and Rhea run it back might be a cool thing, but nah, I see it going after Tiffy after getting the win here.
Oh, okay. So
You know,
I'm sorry, AJ and Amy worked on a comic book together. So
Oh, okay.
that should free up her schedule, I guess. Not like she's filming anything.
Right.
you know who I'd be genuinely surprised to see if she pops her head up? Tessa Blanchard.
Ugh,
Where's my cricket sound effect at?
please.
Where is that at?
I don't know if WWE wants to deal with that.
You're just watching the Rumble. All of a sudden, in the corner, you see Bianca, Jade, and Naomi just beat the shit out of Tessa
Yeah,
for real.
I think right now WWE is trying to avoid controversial people.
Yeah, I agree.
And
But
she's
just like it would be like, oh wow, like this.
like a lot of people
gonna...
are saying, like, why did they even bother bringing her back?
No, the great part of that is I think that's probably the reason why that they pulled Hogan from Saturday Night Main Event, because they're like, oh, they know that the wrestling fans called her this during the match. We don't want to hear it on one of the biggest networks in television that they call him a racist on TV. So yeah, let's pull him away from that.
And bringing Tessa in to bring that risk too of a whole lot more fans screaming she's a racist.
Yeah,
So,
exactly. Mama, you're clicking again. Come out and come back in.
It's all. But I mean, like I said, it would be the off the wall. You just see Tessa Blanchard walk out and be like, "Uh oh."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It wouldn't be a cheer or a boo. It would just be, "Oh no."
Why?
okay.
Don't worry, Adi. You didn't miss anything. You didn't miss.
You guys sound you're having like a crisis right now. No,
No, we're saying that like 3, 2, 1. Tessa comes in. It's not like a cheer or a boo. It's like a
Oh.
Yeah, good. Everybody's gonna be there like.
But now the main event, what everybody's looking forward to the most, is the men's 30-man Royal Rumble match. Participants already announced are LA Knight, John Cena, CM Punk, Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, Seth frickin' Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Rey Mysterio, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, Logan Paul, Penta, Chad Gable, Braun Breaker, and Carmelo Hayes. And
There's
your boy.
so many names that haven't been.
I do want to say, I do think your man Damian Priest will announce his entry tomorrow on SmackDown.
I'm sure. And Finn will probably follow up with something too.
Right.
For Finn, I'd keep him off TV a little longer to sell it.
I don't know, man. After that spot with JD and all that, whatever you asked about with the Judgment Day, it just might happen. It might be diffusing that after that, man. And I told you guys in the previous recording.
Yeah, I need to mention this for everybody. So we're done with the recording, and then Jay goes, "Not for nothing, guys. When you put on Netflix, watch this motherfucker's head bang."
Take him out. We said it. His big head. Then put him out.
It's crazy. I thought that with the way his head snapped back, I said, "Oh, he messed that neck up," and it was his ribs.
It's his ribs, and he punctured a lung.
I didn't even see his ribs hit the table. It was all neck, shoulders, and head.
In Spanish, we call him a cabezón. It's like, yo, you got a big fucking head that survived.
No, he's Lord for quad,
and he wrestled through it.
But you know what the best part was? He gets up from like doing a whiplash on the table. Eric picks him up and then just kicks him straight in the spine. Just like, yeah, that makes him feel better.
No, and there was talks that they were saying that they were gonna call a match right then and there, and he waved the referee off and said, "No, I'm good. We could do this." And that's when he collapsed backstage. And shout out to him, man. Yo,
I heard that Dominic was so scared when that happened.
I could imagine. That for him to go through all that and still take the spots that he was getting during that match is fucking insane, man. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, people make fun of him. People make fun of him because his head's as big as a Funko Pop. But that dude cemented his spot on the main roster.
Which, by the way, he needs to be a fucking Funko Pop. I need to get me a JD McDonough fucking Funko Pop. That needs to happen.
It'd be cute
With a
with a much
bobblehead.
bigger head. Oh, the bobblehead one, yes.
So,
But
the announcement of all the participants in the male side, that's there.
so let me count. Let me count while you talk. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. You didn't have to hear me count. It was 15 announced.
Listen, people are learning to count. Listen, there's people that may not know numbers. We got to work on that.
So like, I think Damien's in. Dirty Dom has to be in.
I'm sure, yeah.
So we'll think about it. Maybe 17 to 18 solidified that'll be in by Friday, right?
Absolutely.
Any surprise entrance for you, Ari, that's going to be popping up?
I can't see any surprise guys popping up, to be honest. Unless it's Joe Hendry.
I was about to say, you don't want to say his name? And he appears?
Yes. Joe Hendry would probably be the one guy that I can honestly, I'll pop hardcore.
You know what's funny? That you sit there and you equate Mance Warner to Ben. Well, when I look at Joe Hendry, he kind of got the Ben kind of look going on as well. And I told him that before. You need to dye your hair blonde and for Halloween be Joe Hendry. He needs to be Joe Hendry.
No.
I can see a blonde Ben with being Joe Hendry, yes.
I would like to see some. I would like to see. I would like to see some NXT guys pull up there. Maybe Ethan Page pull up. Oh God,
Javon Evans.
I was so excited. Yeah, because they need high spot guys.
Mm-hmm.
I was so riding the wave with this dude until the past a few months, and I'm like, oh, this guy's actually been floundering. Trick Williams. I was like, oh shit, this is not going well. An Obafemi
right.
pop up could happen.
But Jay, you know when Carmelo's in the ring, they're gonna definitely the buzzer hits in. You're gonna hear whoop that trick.
Right. But what I really would like to see a teaser of a TNA invasion where we could see returning WWE guys like a Nick Nemeth or a Mustafa Ali or even well, he's not a returning WWE star. We can see a Moose pop up. But who I would love to see is a Matt Cardona pop up. Let's get that. Let's get it. I think that would happen. The pop that would occur in that building will be ridiculous.
The question is, do they play his Zack Ryder music and then go into his Matt Cardona theme?
That would be the greatest thing they should do.
Yeah.
Oh no. I would think probably the reverse, where it would be they would play his entry music that many may not know who it is, and then do the and then play on radio, and the crowd would fucking lose it.
Like, I'm in agreement with you, but I wouldn't classify him as like a TNA invader. I would say like a guy returned to the company, because you would pair him on SmackDown with his wife and have Macaroni win the U.S. title. Be like, oh, we're the U.S. champions of the world.
But cool, but that could work. That could work. But for me, is since there's already the partnership, I would like to see the later on down the line the TNA NXT invasion, and then even bigger down the line is former WWE stars invade the main roster from NXT.
Right.
Do the invasion right. They dropped the ball with the ECW, WCW bullshit. They fucked it up back then. Let's do it right this time, and let's do it officially with former stars who can actually say, you dropped us, now we're back to take this shit over.
Right. I mean, I definitely see a lot of those picks, like you mentioned, like from NXT. I mean, hell, I would like to see Tony D'Angelo get a nod and get a spot in there, because sooner or later these people are going to be on the main roster, and you're going to be like, okay, these are the future of the business, at least for WWE for the next couple of years.
Yeah, I think that's what they should focus on, and the NXT guys.
I mean. I said a couple of times, but for Moose, a guy like Moose coming in, and just people have their eyes on this big dude, and he's the X Division champion. That'd be like a lot of people on him facing Drew McIntyre or him standing up to John Cena. Like it'd be weird matchups, but as far as as far as winning the Rumble, I predicted Cena. I'm gonna go back on that prediction. I'm gonna say Cena Punk wins.
But you know what's crazy is that with Moose, that he actually denied a contract with WWE. It was there. He
Right.
denied it.
Because
He's
he's stuck with Scott because he
he wanted
trusted
to stay
Scott.
with TNA, yeah. And
Right.
um, it'll be interesting how that plays out. Ari, who would be your final four in the men's Royal Rumble?
I see Cena, Drew, Punk. Four could be Seth.
No, no
Ooh.
Roman. What?
I can't. I don't think Roman needs it.
I feel Roman and Fatu are gonna have that face off, and then we're gonna get that Mania. That's definitely one match we can lock in, or at least
Yeah.
predict.
Yeah. I, I would love to
Because I think
see
the soul.
Jacob take the whole thing.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
Woo.
it'd be
Just a
great to strap the rocket ship to that dude and just say,
dark horse it, you know?
you're in the main event now, bro."
Because
But
dude is killing it.
because I mean, you're definitely gonna have your Roman Reigns G Uso interaction, and you're gonna have your Roman Reigns. Because I feel like it makes sense for Fatu and Tamatanga to get this dude out of the Rumble and cost them the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Solo Sokoa thing, I definitely don't. I think his push is done. It's time. Let's do Roman and Fatu at WrestleMania.
Absolutely.
I think Jay just killed a fly on his
Yeah,
mic
it's
stand.
like a fly.
I know, I saw that. Like, he must have killed something.
Yeah, like a fly dancing
I
around.
was like, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he agrees with what I'm saying, and just
Like,
grabbed the
grab
mic.
this mic.
No. This motherfucker was like, it was buzzing for a minute, and finally it came somewhere, and I got that bitch. So,
Just like very Karate Kid.
so my whole thing with the whole Roman thing is Roman doesn't need to win. I think
Right.
there's a build up to they're moving away from the old bloodline in which they want to build something around with Jacob. So I think the main event, I mean, not the main event, but the Royal Rumble, the WrestleMania match that they want is going to see Roman versus Fatu because everybody's sitting there talking about, well, Rock is not going to be ready to do the whole who's the real tribal chief thing. That's not what's happening.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's going to happen there. Uh, Jacob is still going to have Tonga and Tama on his side. And then we haven't seen Hikuleo yet. So they're probably going to be debuting him one time too. And he might be an entrant in the Royal Rumble. So who knows?
Maybe.
But there's also that underlining thing where's Solo? Where is he? Who's he aligning with?
Right, because he
Where
walked out the ring and it hasn't been seen yet. Since,
right. So I
Yeah.
can see that there's a possibility where Roman and Jay with Jimmy's on one side, Jacob and the Tama and then Tonga's on one side or whoever is on the other, and Solo's in the middle, and he has to decide like who he's gonna align himself with during the Rumble. I could see that. That's a different story. Roman
No.
doesn't need this right now.
Absolutely.
So
That's why I don't think he should be. Maybe he'll
Right.
be top 5 and he'll be the one eliminated.
Right.
And
right,
everybody would be shocked, like, oh, Roman's gone, and then
because
the 4 in there.
who I would believe that he gets eliminated by is by my pick, who may win or can win and will win the Royal Rumble at 31, the final boss, The Rock. The
31?
Rock. 31.
Yeah. I mean,
He's
all right, just picture it. You either have Roman or Cena. I think they win. Then the clock keeps going. And then you hear the Rock's theme, and he comes in number 31 because he's the boss. Damn it, he can do whatever he
He'll
wants.
do
He changed the rules.
Yep, exactly.
And Hunter comes out like, what are you doing?
So
Yeah, but then you can have literally have him do the elimination says as your final boss and owner of WWE winner, The Rock, the final boss. I doubt it though.
So that will get a huge pop from me.
That would ruin so many Rumble pools.
But you're gonna see me writing in pencil in the pool. I'm gonna be 31 The Rock.
Oh look, I won.
And
I get a massive pop on me. You'll see me losing my shit.
And I'm not even gonna, and I'll even throw even another hiccup on it. I'm gonna say that he's not even gonna use his Rumble win for Mania. He's gonna put it up at Elimination Chamber, and he beats Cody for the title at Royal at Elimination Chamber. Cena wins Elimination Chamber, and we'll see Cena
Amazing.
versus Rock at Mania.
Oh,
Ari's eyes went wide. Like,
you saw me
whoa.
right.
And Cena beats Rock for their third meeting,
Ooh.
and Cena becomes a 17-time champ.
But it'll be funny. It's not the WWE or the World Title. It's that piece of shit People's Belt that he wins.
So, Mike, who do you got winning the Rumble?
I got Punk winning. I think with the build-up where they're emphasizing that he's the only one saying, I'm winning. History should tell me, oh, you're not winning because you keep telling me you're going to win. But it's like, I think it's obvious Punk's going to win. I think after Monday, with him and Cody having that stare-off, that's probably the WrestleMania Night 2 main event. And I keep trying to think, like, what could be this favor Punk does? Like, what is it in store? Like, what is it? I would have to assume it's a guaranteed that he main events Night 2 of WrestleMania. I don't know, or that Heyman helps him win the title.
Could be. Artie, who you got winning the Rumble?
I want to see Drew win.
Ooh.
I've said that before. I want to see Drew win. I think it's his time. He's paid his dues in the whole past year. He killed everything he did last year. He carried a storyline by himself last year. And I still want to see what's going on with Drew and Cody, because the last time we saw them in the ring, Drew was very chummy with him. There's something brewing there too.
Interesting.
It's pretty much two faces of the company: the top heel and the top face.
Yeah.
Look at this. That's what I'm saying. This is a time in wrestling, especially with the Royal Rumble,
yeah.
that everything is just up in the air. We don't fucking know. We don't know, but it's awesome. The one thing that we do know is, guys, make sure you check us out. Secret Pour event throw by the third announcers table. These guys are putting it together, and we got a lot going down for this event. We got raffles going down. We got Rumble bingo happening. We're gonna have lottery drawings. You guys, everything's for prizes. Everything is up in the air. Make sure you guys pull up for the Rumble. Also, after the event, we're also gonna have a WrestleMania theme battle, and as well, which was won by Adi the last time. I knew I brought the best. I know. Clean.
Freaking clean the floor with
Clean sweep, and then the game was over. Nobody else.
I know. I just laughed when Ricky was like, "No, don't do that one." I'm like, "Man, I got this."
Clean the slate. Got Wrestle Royal Rumble trivia as well, and we're gonna have another a battle of music during the seasons. That's what the guys are putting together. So make sure you check us out. Flyers up on all our social media outlets. Make sure you check us out there. Secret Pour. It's on Broadway and DeKalb. Be sure you pull up at 5:00. Things are gonna be lit. We all gonna be in building. We all gonna be hyped up for it. And make sure you check out our guys, our people here at History and Headlocks. You guys just released your Spotlight 101 with AJ Styles. Great episode, guys.
One episode indeed.
Yeah, great episode. Yeah. And much more to come down. And as always, thank you guys for checking in, man. You guys do an amazing job here. Don't nod your head. Say something.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Don't go.
You're so humble.
Thank you for giving us the platform to talk about the rest.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, you do know this is audio as well. Guys, don't go anywhere.
I don't know anymore.
As we do, much to talk about. Thank you guys in a sec.
2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
Sit, turn type, sit. Good boy. Ruff.